Hello and welcome to a new team review. Today we're gonna look at Nidoqueen, XL Shadow Nidoqueen actually here in Ultra League, and we play the Premier Cup here right now. We have a double dark team on the back here, and yeah, we have the XL Shadow Nidoqueen here. That's a rank 3 version for me, and I wanted to see like how good is that thing, and basically the thing is as amazing as in Great League right now. I love playing it. I went in 2 sets now, 7 and 3. I should have went 8 and 2, but you're gonna see it. I have every game in here. You're gonna see me like misplay like crazy sometimes, which just happens right now. It's late for me. I always like the chance for me, like always like at the end of the day, and usually I don't really want to play here as you're not like as concentrated as you are when it's like midday or early day. Usually I play in the morning as you have like a bit better concentration there. Here my opponent has like Obama Snow and like also going to sweep so many teams, so that was like so amazing as well. We have Matcham lead, that's what you want to see, and my opponent is actually staying in here, which is also super solid for us. And we are able to just go for the Poison Fang. I think I'm actually gonna give him 1 shield, do I? Yeah, I give him 1 shield. Some crazy people run payback. I don't really want to underestimate that, so here you go. But yeah, we can just farm all the way down right now, and we're gonna be able to swap here. I think I just okay, I tried to instant swap, and then I thought, okay, I have enough health to like see if I can handle whatever is in the back. Here I'm just gonna bait my opponent. He has a Magnezone in the back. Here I was lucky, I actually pressed on the Earth Power. My opponent would have caught that perfectly, but the game was just on my side. Didn't register it. I can go for the Poison Flag. I don't know what this is, still a bug, but I don't see them fixing that anytime soon. I can just go for another Poison Fang. Nidoqueen completely sweeps my whole opponent here. You still have the Magnezone here, but hey, what do you want to do against the Obstagoon? Nothing, my friend, nothing. And there's gonna be a good game as well, a good game to my opponent here. Next up we have... What do we have? We have Gengar against us. Actually, we go into the Obstagoon here. I don't know, like I thought maybe like Umbreon might be better against it in the back later on, so I'm just gonna go into the Pokemon that can maybe cover more Pokemon. So he just goes into Gengar and throws. No, like this can be a Focus Blast, so why do I have to shield that? So I have a Sludge Bomb. This can still be a Focus Blast, and my opponent just goes for the Shadow Punches against me. Like, dude, no, and we get the boost. Like, sorry opponent, but this game is not for you right now. Here goes to the Sludge Bomb. We definitely perfectly shield this. And here my opponent gets an extra movement, which is actually annoying because this allows him to get to 2 Leaf Blades if he shield this one. Yeah, that's why I most of the time don't try to get like quick move denial, which is a thing that you can do, but only if your connection is like perfectly fine, and most of the time that's only in America, so nothing really I can do there. It's fine though. We can just farm all the way down at this point, and it's looking pretty decent for us. And here we have, yeah, he goes back into this, and now we sweep the whole team from my opponent with the Obstagoon here. Good game there. We can just get some extra damage, go into the Umbreon. My opponent surrenders here at this point because he knows there's nothing he can do, and yeah, Nidoqueen against the Obama Snow. We saw so many Obama Snow leads today, that was crazy. I don't know where they're coming from, but hey, they're coming to us. So yeah, pretty solid for us here. We actually like, this is an ABB line. What you always want to do in a neutral lead, the Obama Snow I consider as a neutral lead. You win, I think, the 2 shields, but like you still have like a lot of health that you lost because of the Powder Snow damage. You always kind of want to try to go out into the Umbreon, so what I'm doing here is just like try to sack on the Umbreon after 5 Powder Snows as he gets to the Weather Ball there, which happened I think 3 times to me. I think I had 3 Obama Snow leads, and was like always pretty nice for me. Here I know that my opponent knows they have a lot of energy. I'm just gonna bait him with a Poison Fang. Perfectly fine for me. Oh, this is the game I lose, even though like there was no way I could have lost this. But I found my loose con here. My opponent gets an extra move in here, first loose con. I think that was the game I lost. And I can go for another move here. And what I thought, okay, maybe my opponent gets to so many. I think he has like some extra moves for the Swampert. So I thought, okay, most likely he gets to like a lot of moves now. So when I thought, okay, if he's like at 7 mud shots or something, I'm just gonna try to sack swap or something like that. guess what cost me the game here with a 1 HP and a dream. Like, if I just stayed in here and threw in the move, I would have been easily fine and would have won the game. There was no doubt about that. But I didn't, because it's late at night, you make mistakes. I was not concentrating here. Thought I could like catch a move and be like a cheeky, which just allowed my opponent to get to a second move with a 1 HP and a dream here. There was no way I could have lost this if I played it out correct, but that's also like, this just happens. Like, you can just do some mistakes, it happens to everybody. We are just only humans. Like, would be kind of interesting if everybody would play like perfectly fine, then basically everything that's important is the team comp, I guess. Because otherwise, like, there's no other thing that decides a match. But here we are actually in a good spot right now. Okay, here my opponent has actually a fairy type. Never mind, we're not in a good spot. What am I saying here? We can just go for the last result against this thing, but I don't think he has to shield here. And yeah, not looking good for us. We saw a lot of ice types right now. Like, maybe fire type is cool right now. I don't know. Could be a very interesting thing. And my opponent goes for another weather ball and does not KO me, but he can farm me down, which is like really annoying. I kind of know that I have to let the Nidoqueen get low here. My opponent goes for the weather ball, goes into the Swampert. I have to basically try to KO him with the Obstagoon here. It won't happen. This is just like, yeah, that was just hard counter and hard counter. We had a lead with Swampert against our Nidoqueen. We had a fairy type into our dark type. Like, sometimes you just cannot come back from that. It's just not happening here. We can go for Night Slashes and hope that we can kind of, when we can try our best at sacking 2 moves and stuff like that, which I'm gonna try here. I'm still not giving up. Maybe he has like a 6 CP Bastion in the back, who knows. Yeah, I'm just gonna catch the move because I know his move count. I know that he gets to a 1 to the move here 1 turn before I get to my charge move. Here, try to farm down. Here, try to farm the Ninetales down because I had to basically farm everything down here, which does not work because Ninetales has a move, and we're gonna go down here. Good game to my opponent. There was nothing really I can do here. My next opponent runs the Typhlosion actually, which is crazy. And yeah, Nidoqueen against Typhlosion is not as bad. What is actually crazy here is like, okay, of course the lag there, and we shouldn't have seen P-Tide here without the lag, because there was like 1 turn difference, but hey, Niantic is still not fixing the game. And here my opponent runs the Recalgy, which is crazy, like really crazy. I just gonna bait him again, expecting a shield, and he does not, but at least I get the Dirty Swap into my Umbreon, which is gonna take the Awkward Tail pretty easily. And what I can do now is just try to foul play him and try to maybe farm him down or something, I don't know. We have to see. Outrage gonna hurt from this thing, or maybe around Sludge Wave, who knows. I get the extra move in there, but I'm still gonna survive every move to Recalgy XL. Very sus that someone has that already, but okay. I'm not gonna say anything about that. Very difficult Pokemon to get without like Defet or any other thing there, spoofing and shit like that. Really difficult Pokemon to get. But here we actually get to another move before my opponent gets to a move, and this is gonna seal the game because you're gonna see what he has in the deck. Oh, jealous, and yeah, we're just gonna debuff him, and we have our Umbreon still alive, and we also have our Obstagoon Double Dark in the back. All the Jellicent's just gonna cry against us, and yeah, this Jellicent as well gonna cry. Goodbye there. Yep. Next opponent, we have Nidoqueen against Nidoqueen. This was actually the first game I think I played, and it was also the only Nidoqueen I saw today. And yeah, based on this swap in here in Jellicent, which was not the best swap in for my opponent, I think, I basically already knew what he has in the bag. And I misplayed that still. I should have went into Obstagoon here at this point because I know that he has Scrafty in the back, and I think it's like Scrafty's. I mean it's fine. It's fine. I mean I get like better damage there with my counter damage, but he has like double super effective counter against me instead of here only single resisted, and I can have my bulk on the Umbreon, but still okay. We can just get like a lot of energy here right now against the Jellicent, which is super solid. He probably will be like all the way down, which is okay. Goes into Nidoqueen. I don't have to shield here. If it's an Earth Power, like, go for it, have fun. I can just go into my own Nidoqueen and go for my Earth Power. I don't know if my opponent expects me to bait, yeah or not, and he does not. So we're gonna hit the Earth Power, which is pretty decent. And now my opponent goes for the bait move, which is crazy, but now I know that he definitely does not have enough energy to get to another Earth Power, so I'm just gonna farm all the way down, which is gonna give me a big advantage, as he's gonna go into the Jellicent, I think. Yeah, he goes into Jellicent. I'm just gonna go for the Earth Power here and try to KO that thing. don't really want to deal with that thing anymore. And he goes into the Scrafty, which I expected, as this is a really common team in Great League. Someone just thought, okay, I'm just gonna XL Candy everything here and play that in Ultra. Which is fine. I think I'm actually gonna shield here, as I wanted the second debuff on this thing and the last shield from... Oh no, he has 2 shields still. I want at least 1 shield from him. And this debuff is gonna be worth it anyway. But I'm making a really big mistake here and going to foul play, because I thought foul play was on the left side, not because I wanted to go for the foul play. So that was really stupid on my part. And here I'm just gonna go for the last result. Maybe my opponent does not expect me to have this move, but yeah. Good game there. Nothing he could do anyway. I think we would have got him low enough that our Obstagoon could clean in the bag. We have another Bombers in the lead. You know how this works. We're just gonna go into Umbreon, and this time my opponent does not throw. But no, he throws, so we didn't catch the move, but he still throws against us, which is fine. My opponent goes into Politoed, which is a very, very interesting matchup, as this is gonna take forever. Both Pokemon are just so bulky and so spammy that this is gonna take like years to finish. Always nice, but hey, that's just the game right now. Nothing we can do about this. And yeah, here we can just try to... Actually, I think I'm gonna shield in the end here. Oh, I think I actually make a really big misplay in this game. Yeah, I think there was a shield I shouldn't have shielded. We're gonna see them soon. But I expect him to have Jellicent in the back at this point of the game. But I don't know for sure, so... That's gonna be very interesting. Here we just shield here, which is not really smart because my opponent gets to more mud shots as he needed for his move. So he's just gonna farm a bit extra. And maybe I should have went into my other Pokemon here. I just got like, he survived with 1 HP. I mean, I couldn't know that. Like, this could have been easily also a KO with 2 poison jabs there, but it wasn't. So really sad for me. My opponent goes back into the Abomasnow and has a move sword. I forgot that he farmed up a bit extra against my Umbreon there, so it was kind of my misplay. But I'm gonna go for the Poison Fang. My opponent just gonna shield this and has a Jellicent in the back, and there's gonna be good game. Actually, it's still gonna be close. And yeah, you're gonna see that soon. I get the boost in the first thing, which is crazy, but it's still gonna be super close. I think if I didn't get the boost, I would have lost this game here. Gonna be close. Let me see. Might still be winnable without, but Ice Beam here does a lot of damage, and this gonna chunk as well. And at this point, I just try to farm him down. I mean, I need 3 anyway there, so I think I just would have thrown here anyway if I didn't have got the boost and didn't know that I could have farmed him down at this point. So I think it would actually make it easier for me. You see the time running up out in the top there. We had 8 seconds. We can go for the move here. One move takes exactly 8 seconds in the normal scenario, so time is up afterwards. We're gonna win this game because we have 1 more Pokemon than my opponent. Next game we have Nidoqueen against Roserade, a really cool Pokemon to see on my opponent's side. Roserade is such a nice spice Pokemon, but my opponent doesn't even care of baiting the Leaf Storm here and just go straight for the Weather Ball. I mean, you can do that. I can just go for my Poison Fang here. I can get a lot of damage on him. He goes into Gyarados, and the cool thing about Nidoqueen is just that you can stay in a bit longer against like matchups that are not completely horrible. Try to get the defense drop and then have a really good matchup with their secondary Pokemon here, which is going to be my Umbreon. And yeah, we can just like farm up extra, go for the foul play, try to KO him, and then we should be in a good spot. This foul play gonna actually completely KO him, and my opponent goes into Togekiss. Doesn't look too good. This is still gonna be really close as the... Oh god, this is gonna be actually super close as the Roserade still has like energy and still some health, so this is not gonna be as good. And yeah. Here he goes into Roserade, which is interesting as I can go for my move, which is fine for me. I can go into my Obstagoon right now, and I can farm him down actually with counter. Thanks to that, my opponent switched out here. I mean, he needed to, I guess. He goes for Leaf Storm, I can shield, I can farm him down. I have 2 moves for the last Pokemon here, and that's gonna be a good game. And I think then we're gonna go into the last game already. And I think the last game was a really interesting game, which I like. This is gonna be really, really interesting, as my opponent gonna lead with the Umbreon exactly as well, this team. You have an ABB line, you want to swap out on the charge move, which I tried there. He has Clefable in the back, I guess. Okay, this is Charm Hole. Like, there's a super common team, which is just Umbreon, Clefable, and Alolan Ninetales, I would say. Yeah, I think that was the Alolan Ninetales. And yeah, I expected this team, and I thought, okay, this game is basically over already. what I have to do is like catch a move on my Obstagoon against his Umbreon, try to farm down maybe the Ninetales and get like some extra energy. So what I'm doing now is just gonna go into my Nidoqueen, try to get to a move. My opponent actually shields, which is interesting. I mean, he has a Psychic Sword at this point, so it does make sense. But what I expect my opponent to do at this point is not go into a Golduck. And this is where I lost the game, because if I stayed in this matchup and just at least threw a move or something like that, I would have been able to just like, I don't know, go for the debuff and like make this matchup way easier, and then I still have the Obstagoon against his Umbreon and my Nidoqueen against the Umbreon. I would have won this game easily, but because I expected something else in the back, I just tried to react on that immediately because I had to, and it's lost me the game here. Because he still has the Clefable. I tried to swap out there. He actually saw how I tried to swap out there and it just didn't work. If I swapped out there as well, I think I would have still won this game. As I still could have had like 2 moves stored, which would have been really nice, but this is the game which we play, which is never gonna change, sadly. It seems like this. It's gonna be a good game still. There was like 20 ways I could have won this game. I should have been actually 9-1 with this team, but 2 games I threw, which is fair. I mean, it's a game. So yeah. Really like a 2600 rating, and see you